Howdy, you beautiful Bayou Bandits. This is 15 things you didn't know about update 2.4. The first thing you didn't know is that DeSalle is going to be the only playable map for the next 5 days until Monday, June 23rd. I personally think this is a great thing because DeSalle has been out of the game for almost a year now, and since it's newly optimized, it should play a lot differently as well with the compound changes and things like that. But yes, you guys will get 5 days off the front to play Bounty Clash, Soul Survivor, or regular Bounty Hunt exclusively in DeSalle. The second thing you missed in update 2.4 is the fact that when you extract with a bounty now, if you are down any HP or health bars, you will completely be restored, so you won't have to spend any of your upgrade points in the menus to buy back your health bars. So it's another incentive to make sure that you are trying to get out with the bounty, and I think that this is an amazing quality of life change. Definitely should have been in the game a long time ago. Now for the third thing you missed, the suppressors got a little bit of love in this update. The medium ammo and compact ammo suppressors now don't have a 10% damage reduction, but only a 5. The long ammo suppressors are going to stay at 10, which honestly is a very good balancing change. I personally don't think that compact ammo should have any reduction on the damage, and maybe even medium ammo. I'm not too sure how I would feel about that, but I think it could be good to have compact at 0%. It literally doesn't lose any damage, and then medium going to 5, and then going to 10 at long ammo. I think that could be adjusted to that, and I think that would be an amazing change. However, overall medium and compact being at 5 instead of 10 is still a big dub. The fourth change is that Crowning King slugs are no longer scarce. You can now purchase these in the menu whenever you would like. Last update they changed this to scarce, and they brought it back into the arsenal for you guys to be able to buy. I actually disagree with this. I think slugs are a very good shotgun round or shotgun shell, and I don't believe that the best shotgun in the game should have the availability of picking this ammo type. I think it should only be found in raid, aka scarce. I believe they're taking a step back while doing this change. What is your guys' opinions in the comments below? The fifth change you didn't know about in update 2.4 is that the ammo change boxes or the ammo swap boxes also have a few different uses that they didn't prior to this update. So explosive bolts / arrows box will now work on the bomb launcher and the bomb lance wax frag. The Dragon's Breath box will also work for the hand crossbow to give you a Dragon's Bolt, or the bomb launcher and bomb lance to give you a Dragon's Breath use. The Dum Dum now works on the nitro, and the explosive one works on the explosive for the nitro. If you guys like these fast overviews of the patch notes and these updates, then consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see any more of this going forward in the future. As well, check me out live over on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. I multi-stream to all three. On screen now is all of the pros and cons for all of the platforms, so you guys can decide which ones you want to watch on, but I would greatly appreciate if you guys could specifically watch me on Kick. I'm trying to get partnered so we can make hourly pay, which would definitely help me a ton in my content creation journey, as this is my full-time job. So pretty please consider watching over on my Kick and stopping by the stream in general on any of these platforms. Thank you guys again, and I truly appreciate all of the support. Let's get back into the video. The sixth change you didn't know about in update 2.4 is that picking up items or weapons in the world won't be showing the name of the skin and will instead show what it actually is. This has been a pain point for a lot of newer players and a lot of people in general over the years of playing Hunt Showdown. It was always annoying to see the name of the skin and have to memorize every skin's name and not knowing what you are picking up sometimes. As a new player, that can be kind of hard to distinguish what you are picking up sometimes, so this is a nice quality of life change. Number 7 is that the loadouts in the UI tab can now be turned on or off, so you can visibly see just the hunter on your screen and not too much else. This is a nice thing if you're a content creator and need to get thumbnails or something like that. Overall, just a nice quality of life change for the UI. At number 8, another change for the UI, PC players will now be able to double click or right click to remove traits from the equipped traits widget. This is another nice quality of life change for the UI, and honestly something that should have been in a long time ago with the previous few updates. It's always been annoying having to click 5 million buttons to delete one trait or to get rid of one thing from your loadout sometimes if it's bugged. And overall, this is a nice thing. Number 9 is that Hellborn and Rotjaw, their bodies will now disappear after you kill them. So usually they would stay around the whole entire time. I believe it was to make it a little easier for oncoming players that didn't end up fighting these bosses to be able to see them on the ground, so they could easily find where the trait was or potentially the bounty token. However, this isn't something that really needed to be in the game, so they ended up getting rid of it. Change number 10 that you didn't know was coming in update 2.4 is the fact that the extraction points are now labeled on the compass, just like it is in Bounty Clash when you are within 150 meters from it. This is another quality of life change that will be very nice for newer players. So if they do forget what direction they need to go for the extract, if they're already close, then it will just show that on the compass. I personally don't use the compass that much, and it's obviously just easier to pull open your map and look at what direction you need to go, but this can be a nice reminder for some people. Change number 11 is that if you have a liquid firebomb, you can now burn people downed in water. Before, it didn't used to work. If they were submerged by water, it wouldn't do any damage to them or char their health bars down, but now a liquid firebomb actually has a little bit of use. So if you killed a solo or something that is in water and intentionally died in water, you can now combat that a little bit. However, it does take a long time to completely burn them out, but this does burn them out. The 12th change you missed in update 2.4 is that the Beetles are now able to use Remedy and Serpent in Darksight. Remedy allows you to interact with a trait spur in Darksight and receive a full boss banish. You get all of your health bars back for your whole entire team, which is very nice and clutch and is a scarce trait. And Serpent allows you to interact with clues, so then you can narrow down the search for the boss like you normally would picking up clues. However, it allows you to do it from a distance with both of these traits, and it works now within the Beetle view. I personally don't think that Beetles need to work any better with anything in this game. I think they're already kind of overpowered with how they damage people, and let me know your guys' opinions down below on the Beetles. The 13th change you missed is that Salveskin no longer helps you when being downed and burning at the same time. It does not slow down your burn. It still does keep burning to a medium intensity while shortening the extinguishing time for burning to a maximum of 3 seconds. So essentially they added the ability to extinguish quicker. However, when you are downed, you don't get affected by the burn speed. They reworked the burn speeds a little bit, so it is either slow or fast. The 14th change you missed is that there is a new solo buff for the new Catalyst trait that you can find in the world with 1 pledge mark. Essentially, Catalyst is a purchasable event trait available at the Fool's Hideout in exchange for pledge marks. Acquiring it unlocks conditional traits for all eligible traits. It works on Beast Face, Pain Sense, Vigilant, Kite Skin, Frontiersman, and Fanning. However, one of them is exclusively only for solos and allows solos to carry 2 extra tools per slot. So if you have a spear, you will be able to have 3 spears. If you have a med kit, instead of only having 3, you will have 5 med kits. It will just add 2 to the tool slots for only solos. What do you guys think about solo buffs in any regard in these updates? Let me know in the comments below. The 15th change is that there are now only going to be 5 weekly challenges instead of 6. You're still going to be able to get 50 blood bonds in total because one of these challenges will give you 20 instead of the 10. With that being said, there wasn't a crap ton of balancing changes or content changes overall, so let me know your guys' opinions and thoughts on this video in the comments below. However, I appreciate you guys making it this far into the video, and if you have, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As well, I stream live Wednesday through Sunday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. EST, and I will be live most of Twitch drops. If you guys are interested in watching on any of these platforms, give that a go. As well, if you could watch me over on Kick, that would help me out tremendously. It really would support me in a way that none of these other platforms would do. Twitch and YouTube don't really support the creators, in my personal opinion, like Kick does, and with the potential for me to make hourly pay, I would appreciate greatly if you guys could show some support over there. With that being said though, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the bayou.